Okay, well, thank you very much. Good morning, good morning. Salamat pagi, salamat patag, and salamat malam ang mga kaibigan, kapatid at kababayan ko po dito sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. And of course, I would like to say salamat pagi to all our Malaysian friends. Likewise, same greetings goes to good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our overseas Filipino workers kung nasan man kayo po ngayon. Kung nasaan man kayo ngayon, now is June 2nd na po, no? Second day of the month. So, kumusta kayo? And of course, ang mga Filipino migrant workers din po kung nasaan man kayo ngayon. And wag natin kalimutan din ang mga kaibigan, kapatid at kababayan natin dyan mismo po sa bayan natin, which we call our beloved Philippines po, ang bayan natin. Kumusta kayo? And I hope everything is running smoothly. And we are starting a brand new day po, no? We are starting a brand new day na naman po. And I hope that this day will be memorable, meaningful, fruitful, and a problem-free one. A problem-free one po. No? Okay, maingay, busy ang mga media men na dyan po sa Pilipinas kahapon dahil alam natin po ano nangyari, ano nangyari sa Pilipinas yesterday, especially dyan po sa Senado, Philippine Senate building. Dahil kahapon po, according to Senator Jinggoy Estrada, who was issued with a warrant of arrest or arrest warrant from the court, 5th Division Court dyan po sa Pilipinas. And according to him, he surrendered himself. He surrendered himself upon receiving the warrant of arrest. And of course, he made a press statement before submitting himself to the authorities concerned, especially to the CIDG, which is spearheaded during the serving of the warrant of arrest, spearheaded by no less than our CIDG Secretary, si John Vic Remulla. Yesterday yun po, dyan sa loob ng Senado, building ng Senado. And on the contrary, sabi naman ni Secretary John Vic Remulla, he did not surrender. We arrested him. We read his Miranda rights, although he was not handcuffed. Handcuffed po, he was not handcuffed. And he was brought to Camp Crame, after which he was brought to the Sandigan Bayan. And of course, after all the procedures, now he is in the custody, or he's now detained dyan po sa Quezon City Jail. So, yun po, that is exactly what happened. And because of the incident yesterday, the arrest of Jinggoy Estrada, or Senator Jinggoy Estrada, the Brave 13 majority block members po failed to attend the scheduled Senate session yesterday. And I showed you some video clip yesterday during my program na nakita natin po ang mga 11 of the SB 11 or minority bloc spearheaded by former Senate President si Tito Sen or Vicente Soto. They arrived in full force, 11 of them. Sino-sino yan po? Senator Soto, Senator Ping Lacson, Senator Risa Antaveros, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Will Gatchalian, yung dalawang Tulfo, si Senator Erwin and Rafi Tulfo, Lito Lapid, we have, sino pa yun po? Nandyan. Senator Mix Zubiri, and sino pa? I miss. Senator Mig Zubiri, and Senator J.V. Ejercito, the brother of Senator Jinggoy Estrada, who was arrested yesterday po. They were there, they waited for more than slightly over 2 hours po, and only to find out that they received a text message coming from Senate President Alan Peter Queta, no, saying that he's calling for independence ng Senado po, no, ng Senado. And accordingly, there were some complaints also made by some senators, especially ito si Senator Raffy Tulfo. He claimed that while they were waiting for the session to start, they noticed that sabihin natin, ang aircon was switched off, Wi-Fi was switched off, even the aircon at the restroom were off. Uy, maganda pala, no? Ang mga senado, ang privilege nila, even the restroom or comfort room, dyan po sa Senado is aircon. It's not surprising because it is centralized naman po. It is centralized naman po, no? But anyway, that is exactly what happened yesterday po. And let's see po if tuloy ba ang Senate session scheduled today po, no? Tuesday, June 2nd. But anyway, before I will touch on some other issues, let me share with you po, I suppose a lot of Filipinos, especially Filipinos in Malaysia, especially Filipinos, specifically dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, they would like to know more about what really transpired yesterday during the so-called arrest ba yun po, or surrender of Senator Jinggoy Estrada dyan po sa Senado. I have a video clip here po, and I would encourage, I would appeal all of you po, I urge all of you po, if you have time, which I believe may time kayo ngayon po, to watch and listen to this video clip so that you will know exactly what really happened during the arrest of Senator Jinggoy Estrada yesterday inside the Senate po. In the afternoon, it happened in the afternoon. There is a press conference carried out by Secretary John Vic Remulla, no? And ito po, I will share with you the video clip of the press conference of Secretary John Vic Remulla. So let's watch and listen. Itong press conference po is a little bit long. I think it's around 12 minutes, but it's worthwhile watching and listening to the statement made by Secretary John Vic Remulla. Let's watch and listen to this. Alright, nandito po. Let's watch and listen to this. Okay?
Warrant of arrest, case number D-SB26-CRM-006 for plunder under RA 7080. The following are enjoined to arrest: Chief of Police, San Juan City, Provincial Director, Visual Director, NBI, the Director, NBI, NCRPO, and Chief PNP, and the CIDG. You are hereby commanded to arrest Jose Jinggoy Pimentel Estrada, Manuel Mandigas Bunoan, Denrel Cesar Sanchez Fortuna, Manny Umagat Blusan, Arthur Lopez Gonzalez, who stand charged above stated crime and bring them therefore to the court to be dealt with the law and rule of court. Direct, no bail. Quezon City, Philippines, 1st day of June 26, signed. Honorable Zaldi V. Treses, Chairperson of Associate Justice. At approximately 3:30 p.m., I arrived at the Senate with the warrant of arrest. Wala nang pong maganap na nangyari. Sumama po si Jinggoy. Pinasahan po siya ng Miranda rights niya kasama ang kanyang abogado. Naiintindihan niya, tinanong sa kanya kung naiintindihan niya kung ano ang charges laban sa kanya. Sabi niya, naiintindihan niya. Papaya pa siyang sumama dito sa CIDG process in Presto. Currently, two are already in the Sandigan Bayan. Two are on their way to the Sandigan Bayan on the 5th Division. Secretary Bunoan is on his way to the hospital because his hypertension was listed at 192/100. He will be kept there for determined amount of time before he stabilizes. And when the doctor says that he is fit to stand trial, that he will be brought to the Sandigan Bayan. Meanwhile, full security po siya, hindi po siya makakalabas at restricted access papunta sa kanya. Senator Jinggoy cooperated fully together with the other accused. They were found to be in good health and are now on their way to face the courts. Questions?
Sir, nakunan kayo ni Senate SP Alan Pagkayatano na parang medyo nagtatalo pa kayo. Was he requesting for you not to arrest him?
No. The question was whether yung separation of the executive and the judiciary and the legislative. Sabi niya, even at the time of Salonga, he protected Emilio. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, in a not very calm voice kasi umakit na, Sir, I'm sorry, you lost that privilege when Bato is killed. Okay.
Ano ibig sabihin? Wala
So, yes.
honor yung ganong separation.
We will inform them, we will give them the courtesy, but if there's an arrest to be made, we will make the arrest.
So just for clarification, ang tamang term is you went there to arrest him, to serve the warrant, or so it means he was arrested, or did he surrender?
We arrested him. I went there personally together with the CIDG. He was read his Miranda rights, and from there he was brought here to the parliamentary process.
How about the four others? Did they personally surrender?
Secretary Bonoan went here, the one from DPWH, I forgot his name. He was here, sir, voluntary surrender.
All four?
The two others voluntary surrendered to the Sandigan Bayan.
Okay. Sir, nasa custody ba si Senator Jinggoy?
Umalis na siya as of 5 minutes ago, papunta na sila sa Sandigan.
Ano specifically ang ginawa sa kanila sa booking procedure? Can you just walk
There
us
is he started with the fingerprint, then he went through the mugshot, then he went through the medical clearance. Tinapos muna silang tatlo. Nung natapos yung tatlo, dinicide na si Secretary Bonoan was not fit to go to the Sandigan, kaya diniretso muna siya sa hospital.
Senator Jinggoy Estrada requested prior to this for a knee replacement surgery.
No,
Ano
it
po
was,
sa inyo?
it was a concern of his. Pero sabi ko sa kanya, wala akong kapagarihan dyan. Ang Sandigan Bayan lang ang pwede magsabi kung pwede siya mag-opera o hindi. Sir, si Senate President, bakit sumama ang I think to show solidarity with Jinggoy. He said that sasamahan kita pre, and that's his exact words, sasamahan kita. Wala naman siyang other request, sir, maliban naman siya na Wala naman.
Sir, si Bunoan, sa ospital, hindi ako ba sa...
Hindi ko alam, sasabi ko kung saan, kung saan yung PNPH. PNPH, yes.
Sir, sino ba nasa ospital ng...
I think so. Dito po, sa medical. Dito rin. Hospital arrest, but he has not been indicted. So, hindi natin yung indictment niya before he's formally charged. So, he is arrested, but he is not remanded by the court to go to the hospital. Ito sa decision kasi nga, imminent na yung stroke niya at 192. So, ito sa decision na direct mo na siya ron bago siya i-transport papunta ng Sandigan.
Sir, assurance natin na walang special treatment mo kay Senator Jinggoy.
Wala talaga. Same as the others who have been co-accused. Depende kung saan sasabihin ng Sandigan. They will be dealt fairly, equally. No special privileges.
You have no idea where they exempt, where exactly they committed at this point.
Sandigan is the only authority to say that. Again, Sandigan is the only authority na pwede magsabi.
Sir,
Depende sa doktor niya, but there is a baseline for good health. Kasi nakalagay doon yung condition of reasonable health. So pag bumaba yung mag-stabilize yung blood pressure niya, dadali na siya, mag-return of warrant na kami sa
Sir, explain lang po ba kung you consider arrest sa halip surrender?
So he is arrested but not yet indicted.
Sir, why it's not full surrender? Kasi yung narrative ng Jinggoy.
Hindi, surrendered siya rito. Okay, surrendered siya. He's already in the custody of the police. But he has not been formally charged in front of the judge.
no, but you, sir, arrested him.
He surrendered again. Okay, he surrendered. He was read his rights. Okay, but he is not yet in the custody of the court. He's in the custody of the police. So kasi may process yun, di ba? So, naharap muna siya sa judge. I warned him, sir, anything you say will be used against you. Sabi niya, yes, I understand.
Sir, but just to follow up, bakit po siya hindi natin i-consider yung character niya na surrender? Because diba he held
Well, that's his, well, you can makikita niyo naman sa video that he was read his rights in the Senate.
Sir,
So that technically constitutes an arrest.
so sir, it's correct kasi na bago po siya kumalag sa press ko at sinabi niya na nag-surrender siya.
He was read
Already
it.
arrested.
Yes. He was read his rights.
Reaction niyo doon sa sasabi na parang attack na attack kayong hulihin sila, isa-isahin kayo, isa-isahin sila.
There is no right or wrong here. The actual warrant arrived to my possession at 2:45. At by 3:15, I was in the Senate. There is no right or wrong answer in this. As soon as I got the warrant, I acted it.
So yung onting miscommunication na organization sa Senate kanina with Sir President, hindi ba natin narinig na ni Sir Tato sa
Hindi naman. He was explaining his side that it's never happened before. But my side was that nung nakawala si Bato, you lost that privilege already of having protected custody.
Paano niya tinake yun, Sir?
We're fine. Magkasama kami rin sa taas. We were talking afterwards and he understood.
Sir, ba't kasi sabi yun, hindi ba ang sinabi naman niya talaga from the very beginning, sa lubog court that will issue the arrest warrant, susundin nila?
Yes.
May ganun.
He was insisting that nobody would be arrested inside the Senate. He was requesting that he be brought out of the Senate first.
So this is beyond 6 years that we're talking about.
Exactly. And I said, I'm sorry, sir. There is no, we do not, you lost that privilege when Senator Bato escaped. We will arrest him now on the spot.
Was it only because of the escape of Bato or because there's also a 6-year rule na it is beyond 6 years?
Well, usually meron kasing Senate and executive respect for the leadership. Usually lalabas mo na yan eh. But tama na, di ba? Tama na. There's no more hiding behind the curtains of the Senate.
Sir, pinayagan yung ba na mag-press con siya?
Sir, within his rights, I warned him. I did warn him. I told him, whatever you say can be used against you. And he said he understands. So,
I'm not sure you're saying that they lost that right after Senator Bato escaped. Are you saying that he has
it's not a right. It's not a right.
escape of
It's
Senator?
not a right. It's a privilege.
Or is it
It's a privilege.
So
It's a
whether it's
privilege.
privilege
No, I am not implying. I am not implying anything other than Senator Bato escaped and that we revoked that privilege of separation in terms of arrest. That we can arrest anybody inside the Senate building if necessary.
Sir, will there be a precedent sa mga susunod na lawmakers na mga
If it is necessary, we will always do what is necessary according to the bonds of law. You remember, there is no such law as you cannot arrest anyone inside the Senate. It's a privilege granted to the legislative. So for the first time,
because of courtesy?
because of courtesy, it is a courtesy. But there's no such law which prevents us from arresting anyone in the Senate.
So even if it's not beyond 6 years?
I think let me get this straight that you can research it for me, but I think what is not allowed is if they are in session. So not in session. Yes, all five are accounted for.
Do you ask the questions from the media?
Sir, kasi really po why hindi po siya mag-stay? Kasi yung work ko
It's up to the Sandigan Bayan. Because I'm saying,
It's a possible you're welcome here, sir.
the Sandigan Bayan determines where he'll be incarcerated.
Pero ready ba ang custodial facility?
The custodial facility is barely livable. But meaning puro daga,
Wala na bang
it is about to be demolished because for to build a new facility. So
wala na nagsastable na yun?
I'm not familiar kung mayroon mga meron ba?
Wala na nagsastable sa
Meron yata konti na lang yung mga Chinese na nahuli namin dati sa kidnapping. Na,
Senator G, what do you last message to sa inyo?
sabi niya, salamat pa rin. You know? And then, there was a slight altercation between me and the daughter. She gave me the dirty finger and cursed at me. I said, it's okay. I understand your emotional. I don't know which one. But I said, it was nothing personal. Naging emotion lahat. Okay, thank you very much. I'll be considering thank you.
Alright, yan po, narinig natin na ang Secretary ng CIDG, Secretary John Vic Remulla, made carried out a press conference yesterday yun po, no? At the Senate premises, no? Before Senator Jinggoy Estrada surrendered. He claimed he surrendered himself, but John Wick was saying he was arrested. He was arrested inside the building of the Senate, po. And John Wick Remulla was also saying that it is a privilege, not there's no law that says that the authorities cannot arrest anybody, senators, be it senators, inside the Senate premises or building po. It is a privilege and it's not under the law. And as what he said, what he understand is during session, Senate session po, then they have to respect. So what Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano was saying, that arrest him outside the building of the Senate as parang ipakita lang respeto sa Senado, no? Respeto sa institution, no? Respeto sa institution. And Remulla insisted that the Miranda rights must be given, read to Senator Jinggoy Estrada, and he was escorted out from the building, and of course accompanied by Senator Rodante Marcoleta. I saw the presence of Senator Amy Marcos, and of course si Senate or SP Cayetano accompanied him until siguro hanggang sa Krami yata yun, or hanggang sa Sandigan Bayan, where he was indicted. So again, I would like to also inform na si John Wick Remulla also informed that Cabinet Secretary ng Department of Public Works and Highways, who was also implicated in this flood control project po, he is now under hospital arrest because na tumaas ang blood pressure niya po yesterday. Instead of bringing him to Camp Crame, now he was brought to the hospital and is now under hospital arrest until he will be indicted sa Sandigan Bayan po. Then he's not officially sabihin natin put under arrest po, no? Under arrest po. So ganon, that is exactly what happened dyan po sa Senado kahapon. So, marami mga left and right criticism. Some are positive, some are negative. But I noticed sa social media and of course sa mga posting po sa social media, I noticed that there are several Filipinos is questioning how come arrests are being made against members of the majority bloc, no? Those who are opposing the government. But what happened to those in the other side who are supporting the government? There is no such thing. How about, sabi mga Filipinos po, mga Filipinos both in the Philippines and also outside the Philippines, they are saying, what happened to the congressman? In fact, if I remember right, last year, no less than the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, former chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Ping Lacson, also mentioned in the early stage po, no? Ano daw po? He heard about 67 congressmen involved in the flood control project scandal po. So what happened po? No? What happened to Speaker Martin Romualdez? What happened to former Congressman Saldico? And the rest, including some cabinet ministers also and assistant or undersecretaries po, no? John po sa kabinete ni BBM o President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. In fact, even the name of President Bongbong Marcos was implicated. That includes also the First Lady, Lisa Araneta Marcos, as well as their son, si Congressman or Representative Marcos, no? Representative Marcos is now the majority leader dyan po sa House of Representatives. That is the reason why gusto po ang mga tao po that come Thursday, June 4, tuloy na po ang resumption of the probe or investigation of the Blue Ribbon Committee, although it's just a subcommittee chaired by Rodante Marcoleta or Senator Rodante Marcoleta po. And many are calling Rodante Marcoleta to invite people like the 18 Marine soldiers who in the affidavits already confessed or revealed that they played a crucial role in the deliveries of luggages full of cash money or mga maleta po to these scrupulous, greedy politicians po, government officials, top government officials, and including congressmen, senators and congressmen, as well as itong mga private sector po, no? In the business sector. So, yun po, let's see. Instead of, we saw na mayroon na po, si Senator Jinggoy Estrada is now behind bars. Former Senator Bong Revilla behind bars po. And the rest, now we want to know na dapat talaga, we want also to see ang mga mastermind. Sino-sino po ang mga mastermind. In fact, a lot of Filipinos already has the idea kung sino talaga ang mga mastermind dyan po sa flood control project scandal po. But we are just waiting for the government to reveal the names po. So yun po, that is exactly what happened dyan po sa Senado, dyan po sa Pilipinas yesterday. But before the so-called surrender or arrest of Senator Jinggoy Estrada, he was given the opportunity to do a press statement po, no? Do a press statement and witnessed by no less than Secretary John Vic Remulla and of course SP Cayetano, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, and Senator Amy and the rest. Let's watch, I'll share with you a portion of the statement made by Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Remember po, may kaso na siya po, it doesn't mean that he is already guilty. Ang proseso po, mahaba po ito po. Let's watch and listen to this. Okay? Nandito po a portion of the statement made by Senator Jinggoy Estrada.
Ngayon ko lang po isasang publiko ito. Maraming beses po ako inalok na talikuran ang independent majority bloc kapalit ang pagbabasura sa aking kaso. Ngunit, hindi ko po ito tinanggap. Ngayon kung tatanungin niyo kung sino sila, abangan ninyo ang susunod na kabanata. What is at stake here is the independence of the Senate. This institution must never become vulnerable to external pressure. It must remain free from political coercion, free from undue influence, and free from any scheme designed to weaken its constitutional role as a co-equal and independent branch of government.
Alright po, yun, nakita natin po ang a portion of the statement made by Senator Jinggoy Estrada po yesterday. What he wants is reminded the Filipinos po that there must be an independent Senate po. No? There should be no interference coming from outsiders po. No? And this is how they look at it, ang Brave 13 or majority bloc. Spearheaded by Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano na may interference po ang executive This is the reason why may mga case build-up po sa mga senador po, especially belonging to the majority bloc. And if you remember, don't forget po, no? Based on the news release, both from the mainstream media as well as we can see it posted in the social media, out of the 13 senators belonging to the majority bloc po, I think 8 of them likely to face court cases po, no? Court cases. Nakita na natin po, dyan na po si Senator Jinggoy Estrada. And next, a lot of people are talking already, maybe this week or next week po. Senator Joel Villanueva will be next. And there is also a case build-up on Senator Rodante Marcoleta because he's very vocal on the resumption of the flood control project scandal. And of course, he's against corruption. Then we see a case build-up filed against Senator Bongo as well as Senator Ruben Padilla. And of course, the two Villar senators, we are looking at si Senator Mark Villar and Senator Camille Villar. And if I'm not mistaken, mayroon pa isa po, no? Case build-up accordingly, reportedly po, against Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano regarding about what happened in the Senate last May 13 po, May 13, wherein the Senate was siege, was attacked. Although the government refused to use the word siege or attack, they say there's no such thing as attack po. There's no such thing as a shooting incident. And that was revealed, or the statement was made no less than by President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos when he was interviewed in Japan just recently. Sabi niya, fake news daw yun po, shooting incident inside the Senate po. So exactly this is really what is happening sa Pilipinas. And let's see po, mamaya at I don't know if they will start the regular time at 3 p.m. Senate session. Let's see po whether mayroon ba tayong Senate session o wala. And but the way how I look at it po, parang mayroon talaga po. And let's all pray that tuloy na yan po ang Blue Ribbon Subcommittee hearing scheduled on June 4th or sa Thursday po. This is what the many Filipinos would like to see. We are looking forward sa June 4th. And of course, yun po ang impeachment ni Inday Sara Duterte, of which ang legal team of Inday Sara Duterte yesterday submitted already ang reply of the impeachment subpoena issued to impeachment complaint issued to Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. So nandyan na po, let's see what will happen. And most likely po, the trial will jumpstart na talaga po ang procedure by next month po. But anyway, schedule din niya po sa June 6. Let's see po. Excuse me, let's see what will happen. So in the meantime, siguro hanggang dito na lang po ang program natin for this morning. Kung sakali mayroon man mga updates, developments dyan po sa Senate session mamaya hapon, which I think it will start at 3 p.m. po, I'll make sure that you will be properly informed. Okay? So let's pray na matapos na ito po ang problema natin dyan po sa Pilipinas so that the Philippines will be able to move on. Move on na po. Move forward na tayo. Kasi grabe na po ang sufferings of the Filipinos. Not only in terms of material things po, but also we are talking about the image of the Filipinos po. The image of our country in the eyes sa international world. So with this, Seneca Fabian once again would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day this morning. I'll see you in my next episode. You take care. God bless. And I'll see you in my next episode. Bye. I love you.